Have you ever invested in a course or a book or a template or coaching as a freelance writer and you're really struggling to make your money back, or you have a lot of money fears about investing in the right next step for your career? This video is going to teach you exactly what you need to do and the strategies to move forward with in order to make your money back as a freelance writer and then some. So our first thing here is that I'm Mandy Ellis. I'm a six-figure freelance writer and coach, and I help others build freelance writing businesses that are high earning and that they adore with schedule freedom and flexibility. So we're going to hop right into it. Number one is that we are making sure we're doing our results driven specifically to our ideal clients marketing. So when we're doing these things, I want you to kind of remember that we are templatizing our marketing. We're not reinventing the wheel every time. We're not going in there and trying to make every dollar get squeezed for all the effort we put in with the marketing. Okay, this is something that I see as a mistake with a lot of my coaching students or my Wealth Lab students. This is something where they think that their marketing has to be difficult, that they have to do all of these things, or they have so much fear, anxiety, worry, confusion, overwhelm over how to market their freelance writing business that they don't take the right steps forward. But when we're using proven templates, when we're putting things in place that actually make sense for how our clients speak, how we can get 50 to 75 LOIs out a month, or how we can set up a pitch format per se to send more pitches to magazines and get work, that's how we kind of reach our clients at their level. We're not only using templates that are designed to speak to them at their level, but there's something that we can repeat in the process. It's something that's driving results because we can get it done, right? Marketing sometimes is that Tamagotchi beast. We have to make sure we're feeding the Tamagotchi so that we're getting clients in our outbound marketing at least. And then we're also making sure that our template itself is saying all the right things to these potential clients. So you don't want to be like me where you invested in all this stuff that's like long and it takes forever. And it's like every time you do it, it's like starting the recipe over. We want to be kind of like you go to the grocery store and you get those pre-cut ingredients. So instead of having to shave the carrots and cut them down and make them to matchsticks and then cut them down into, little tiny pieces or coins or however you want to cut your carrots, we're getting the pre-cut ingredients that come in the little container so we can be like, add it to the soup rather than spending all this time washing and cleaning and skin, cutting off the skin and making them into all these little pieces. So when we're using these things, this is how you get your money back, is that you're actually able to get the marketing done quicker. That means you're using these templates. That means these templates are speaking to better clients, and then you're able to make more money. So instead of, spending all your time on marketing, you can actually spend your time on paid work and you're getting paid better from better clients. Number two here. So our second thing here is that you are creating win-win-wins with high-paying clients. So we're creating this win-win-win scenario with clients who are already our diamond clients. And this is something that I'm going over more specifically in my free live masterclass. So if you haven't signed up for my free live masterclass, how to reach 10K months as a freelance writer without working 40-hour weeks in 4 vital strategies, make sure you sign up for those. I have 3 masterclass times coming up. But I want you to kind of think about these win-win-wins as like we're speaking to them, we understand their language, we understand their goals, and we provide excellent copy. So we're creating all of these wins by showing our clients before they ever sign a contract with us that we get it. We show that through our copy on our website and LinkedIn. We show that through our LOI template or the pitch we're sending to the magazine. We show that through the questions we ask on our calls and how we talk about projects and how we talk about reaching goals or how we talk about creating content and the process of really doing great content marketing. And then the third thing is like we actually deliver the thing. We actually do a great job. And one of the misconceptions that I see so often is that I get questions, and we have a question in this video that I'm going to get to. Well, actually, it's the next video, but I have a question that came in that's asking about writing skills. And a lot of times I hear from writers that they're so afraid about not being good enough as a writer. There is this concept I always think about, and this is that there is a writer who is better than you and worse than you, and both of them have the business or the clients or the money or the schedule that you want. And I think about this in my own business. I think about this every day. There is a person, right? There's a writer out there who is more talented than me, and a writer who is less talented than me, or has better skills, or is better at whatever, or worse at whatever. And both of those people have the business and the clients and the income and schedule and whatever else that I want. So it's not really about being the best writer. This is a fear. A lot of writers have this fear. Instead of focusing on the win-win-win with your clients and really getting more clients on board to make money, because we can't write in the dark, someone needs to pay us some money, right? And we need to make sure we're focusing on helping our clients and their goals, and then tailoring the writing and the content marketing, whatever project you're on, or the strategy to them. A lot of writers get so afraid of their quality of writing, or how do they write better, or how do they write this thing, before ever getting an example. And I can tell you from my own business that I've had clients say, I want a white paper, or I want a case study. And then they show me the example and I'm like, that's not either of those things. Or they say, oh, I want this type of article. And then they send me an example and I'm like, that's not that thing at all. So there's a lot of times you'll have clients that will say they want X, but they really want Y, or they want an apple, or, they say they want an apple and it turns out they want a steak. And this has to do with pricing too. But really what you need to pay attention to is the fact that you can create these win-win-wins with your clients to really attract better high-paying clients in the first two phases with your website, LinkedIn, your marketing, your LOIs, and your pitches. But then also on your client calls, showing you understand them and really talk through the project and goals, and then really delivering for them. That's another way to make your money back, right? If we're really investing in this process, this specific process with our clients, we can make our money back and then some as a freelance writer. And this is something, like I said, that I'm going over in my Free Lab Masterclass, and I go over super in depth in the Wealth Lab, which is opening up soon. So I would grab a seat in that masterclass to find out when it opens up. Let's talk about number 3. So number 3 here, systems, baby. I totally did not systematize my business to scale. So I really struggled to make my money back by fighting the systems. I would just try to be like, I want to do it in a unique way. I don't want to do this, boring thing. I don't want to do this thing that everybody else is doing. And really, I fought it with my marketing and my writing process. So I still fight it a lot in my writing process, to just be open. My writing process is I need a light outline that's mostly notes. Like I can't do an outline like other people. It just it makes me feel very caged and I don't like it. But I will get an outline where it's like 4 or 5 headers, and then I will fill in all my notes, and then I will just start writing. That works for me. So I created my own unique system for writing, but it took me a long time. But with marketing, I was like, everybody's marketing sounds the same. Like, why would I do this? And it wasn't until I really understood the system of the templates and understanding how I could systematize finding top clients and how I could repeat that over time to actually give me more time. Because the more you work the system, right, the less time it takes, and the more time you have to either take a break or go on vacation or make more money or work for different clients. This thing, you have to put these systems in place. So for me, a lot of times that was marketing and it was writing. But what I see with my students and what I see with writers who, write me every week from my weekly emails is that they're fighting the actual process of running their business. This is something where you have to get some kind of tool. I love Dubsado, but a lot of other people like Moxie or PandaDoc, or they like to use FreshBooks. Something like that. You need some kind of system, not only in your writing process and your marketing, which are 2 of your most important, but also your 3rd most important, finding those right top clients and actually running your business. So the place where you collect your projects, your invoices, you have your calendar, your to-do list, you have all the stuff to do your taxes so it's not complicated. You have a tool where you can schedule all your calendar appointments and track all the people who owe you money and send them automated emails. This systematizing process, once you kind of get the system together, there's onboarding, there's understanding the system, but then over time, that system takes a few minutes versus hours, and then you actually have time to go do other stuff. So those, for me, Dubsado paid for itself. I got rid of 12 other tools that altogether cost more than Dubsado by just getting Dubsado. So I literally saved money by switching to Dubsado, but I also saved a ton of time, which is priceless. So for me, that really helped me get my money back. I literally got money back from changing the subscription and switching to a different tool. But I also got time back or money back and time, because I was putting all of the systems in place. And the quicker I could understand the system and the quicker that I could scale that system, the more time I had to do other things. And this is kind of one of those secrets that people miss. They think that forever in your business, you will be doing the same thing and it will always take the same amount of time, and it won't. You'll go from, like, I started with the first reported article I ever did took me a month, and then now I did 20 in a month. Like that's the difference of doing the process and system and getting that time back to make more money or write more articles or go do other stuff. So that's number 3. Number 4 here, you need tested methods so you can be choosy. The whole goal is that we want to be choosy about the clients, the projects, and the pricing that we accept in our business. The only way to be choosy is to make sure that your website and your LinkedIn are attracting the right clients and you are feeding the marketing beast with the right templates, whatever that is, if that's LOIs or pitches, depending on if you're targeting businesses or magazines. But you need tested methods. You need things that have been used by hundreds of students or hundreds of clients. This is something that I'm talking about in that free masterclass, where you can be choosy. You have more options. That's the goal. The choosy part doesn't come from just plucking your clients. We do have a pre-filtering process. This is something I teach super in depth in my blueprint in the Wealth Lab, but we do have a super specific pre-filtering process to get the right clients, to kind of cherry pick those. But I want you to be choosy on your inbound leads. Those are the coolest ones, because those are people who are already sold on working with you. They reached out. They're like, hey, I like your website or LinkedIn. I like your samples. Let's talk about this. And then that way it's usually an easier conversation to move forward towards a contract. But I want you to have as many of those as possible. I want you to be able to be choosy about clients, choosy about the types of work that you take. When you're like, I'm not going to do blog posts anymore because I've ridden that bicycle. It's rusty. It's dusty. I'm over it. And I want you to be particular about pricing when you feel like you can walk away from a client who either won't negotiate, or their budget isn't the right fit, or they, want to lowball you, or it's just not the right thing no matter how much money they pay you. So when we're putting all of these pieces in place, we're pre-filtering our clients, we're getting our website and LinkedIn up to date and talking in the right language, and we're making sure that we're getting more opportunities to get on calls or talk to clients, and we have more inbound leads so that we can be choosy about who we work with and how we price our work and what types of content or strategy that we work on. This is something that I think a lot of people skip. Like, they think this is up to the clients. There are writers that I talk to who often say, oh, well, I just do whatever the pricing is from the client. And they come from magazines and they just accept whatever the magazine has told them it is without negotiating. There's a lot of different nuances that come with being choosy. It's not just abiding by your client's laws. You guys are in a partnership, so you need to treat it like a partnership. But it's also about understanding what makes a project profitable for you. Why are you pricing this way? Is it profitable in terms of fun? Is it profitable in terms of money? Is it profitable in terms of time? Do you want that client as someone that you can market and say, hey, I've worked for this type of client? There's so many different nuances in there that I think a lot of writers miss while they're worried about what the client is doing and will they accept me, and am I a good enough writer? They're so focused on the insecurity and the self-doubt and just that they'll fail, or that every client will get back to them at the same time, which never happens. So I really want you to kind of pay attention to that. And like I said, I have that free live masterclass coming up, how to reach 10K months as a freelance writer without working 40-hour weeks in 4 vital strategies. It's coming up on Tuesday, September 17th, Wednesday, September 18th, and Wednesday, September 25th. So I hope you grab a seat in that. And I want to let you know that when people come to my free live masterclass and also my Wealth Lab students, they make their money back and then some. I've had people do my free live masterclass and charge double or raise their rates or negotiate with clients, get better clients from just coming to the free live masterclass. So I want to let you know that there are lots of strategies that you can put to work in your freelance writing business that will help you make your money back. And it's also about investing in the right things, the right courses, the right templates, the right pieces of the pie to help you figure out the puzzle that makes your business that you adore. It's not just copy pasting someone else's process. It's really using something that is flexible and adaptable to the path and the framework that you want to build in your business. And especially when you build a super strong framework in your business, that's when you really see the ROI, the return on investment over the years. Last thing we're gonna do here is get to the question. And I wanna let me know if you have spent money on something in your freelance writing business that you're like, that was worth it. I wanna know about that. I love tools and resources. So if there's something that you spent money on in your business and you were like, it helped me and then some, I want you to put a comment below and let me know. If you have found this helpful so far, give it a thumbs up. If you wanna learn more about building a high earning freelance writing business that you adore, subscribe. We're gonna get to the question. So this question starts with, it's probably imposter syndrome, which I think is funny that the person already identified this. So this is an anonymous question, and you can submit anonymous questions. You can go to mandyellis.com/question and be anonymous. So it says, what should you include in your drive-thru LOI when you don't have clients? I'm new to freelance writing, and I feel like I should have gotten some failure under my belt, but I'm learning, and I'm learning how to find higher revenue companies. Thank you. I don't have any clients yet. I can't include an impressive publication or client website in my drive-by LOI as shown in your template. I did some videos for my dog trainer with the idea that I would write scripts for the videos and eventually do script writing and blog posts for pet companies. She liked my work, but I also had to do filming, editing, and captions, and she gave me a testimonial on my website. It's the only one I have. I'm good at coming up with ideas, just not always trying to come up with ideas on the fly. My last writing coach said my superpower is that I'm not afraid to call people and ask them questions. This skill should come in handy if I have to interview anyone or or talk to an expert to write a blog post. For the impressive part of the drive-by LOI, do I say, as a writer, I have many ideas from which to draw. My superpower is that I'm not afraid to call and talk to experts to get clarification, to explain a concept. Best regards from me and my dog. Okay, so I always love the dog thing. I always love to hear your dog. Tell your dog I said hi and give him pets and treats. But let's talk about this. So my drive-through LOI templates, this is something that I'm going over in the masterclass too, is how you put the drive-through LOI together. So the drive-through LOI is basically like, hi, do you need help? I'm qualified. Here's my website or LinkedIn or portfolio. If you want to hop on a call to talk about your needs, great. Let's do it. Bye. That's it. We just want to drive through, hi, I'm qualified, blah, 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 bye. So what we want to do here, when you don't have clients, that's not an issue. What you want to focus on is skills, kind of like what you're talking about. So you want to talk about the things that you're bringing to the table that your clients care about. They care about, are you good at research? Are you good at explaining complicated topics and making them easy to understand? Are you good at connecting with their specific audience? Do you have full-time experience that qualifies in their industry? Have you been a pet parent your whole life? You know, you want to connect what they struggle with their content, the types of content they're creating. So I would look at, why do they create a blog post? What's the goal of a blog post? Well, SEO, web traffic, and it's usually awareness at the top of the funnel. So if you look at the types of content that your ideal clients are creating, then you can kind of suss out what's important to them and put that in your LOI. So you want to connect what's important to them, right? The types of content, why they create that content, put that in your LOI, and connect that to your skills. So a good example of this is that, let's take the blog post example you have. You say, I've written, I'm really good at research and finding the right experts, as well as driving awareness, traffic, and SEO to your blog posts, right? We're connecting those things together between what the type of content is, their goals, and your skills. So you don't want to talk about ideas. We want to talk about the things that they care about, like the goals of the content. It's really, why are they creating the content, a blog post, a case study, a guide, a video, and then how does that work? So if you can tell them why that thing, and then how that's connected to your skills, that's when you're in a good place. And it's really not about having all these impressive clients. That takes time. So I had one testimonial for a really long time. I still have one testimonial right now that says I drive results. That's the only one I have. Even though I've driven results, I only have one official testimonial. So don't sweat about having all the things. All the things take a really long time to collect. It's taken me over 10 years to collect all the things that I have. So don't worry about having a ton of stuff. What you want to do in your LOI is show them you get it. You understand why a blog post or why a case study or why they're creating content, right? You can say that, I saw you're creating blog posts, case studies, and guides to drive traffic, SEO, and sales. And I can help you with my research and interview skills to connect with your audience and with data-driven backed content, right? We were connecting all those things together. That's the most important thing, is that you show them you get it. That gives you a lot more credibility than throwing all these things up in the air, because you're really only going to send them 1 to 3 samples anyways. And we don't need to overprove ourselves. So I want you to make sure that you're kind of paying attention to your skills and paying attention to connecting those to what they care about in terms of why they create the content. What are the goals for the content? That's really important. Last call for this thing. So same thing. This is something that I go over. So these drive-thru LOIs, we are going to go over a bunch of this stuff in my free live masterclass. I hope you will join me there next week and the week after. It's going to be super fun and interactive. It'll be live. There'll be tons of people there that you can connect with. I've had people connect and make friendships on the masterclass, and you're also going to walk away with a freebie. So if you show up live to the masterclass, I also have a little freebie for you, a little thing that my students have loved in the past. So if you hop onto the masterclass, should be fun. And the Wealth Lab is opening up soon. So the Wealth Lab will open up on Tuesday, September 17th, and it will close on Thursday, September 26th. So I would hop into the masterclass to find out more about the Wealth Lab if you've been interested in that, since it's going to open up soon and then it'll close. It won't be open until April 2025. So I hope this has been something that you can understand how, in this video, specific strategies to get your money back as a freelance writer. Either making your money back through systems, processes, tools, specific marketing things, how to understand your clients, those top clients, but also like why you should invest in specific things, why it makes sense to invest in certain tools or templates or courses or books to get you to the right next level, rather than just doing all the stuff. You really want something that's going to take you step by step through the processes and systems so you can build a concrete foundation to scale your business, so you're not doing the same thing and recreating the wheel all the time. Next time, we're going to talk about unproductive ways to reach freelance writing success. So we're going to do this kind of surprisingly unproductive ways to be a success as a freelance writer. I think this really helps people understand how to deal with their time. So I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you next time.